first, but then I saw the white lines etched jagged across the pond, and my heart flew open in my throat.
David!
He heard nothing, only the sound of the skate blades hitting the ice.
What's the next trick, Jamie?
On the bank, my panic turned into hysteria. I jumped up and down, trying to get his attention. Hot water came out of my eyes and into my cold, blue-lipped mouth, and I was shaking like a leaf.
David, the ice!
What?
It's cracking, the ice is cracking!
What's the next jump? Are you watching?
David, stop!
Look, Jamie, I can fly.
He landed on his feet and bowed to his audience of one, 6-year-old me. It was then that the ice gave way, and into the freezing waters my brother plunged.
David!
The cold must have hit him like thousands of tiny needles. Davy slid into the bone-chilling water.
Jamie!
He's alive! He's alive!
But I'm too small, and the ice too thick, and my body's tired to aching, but I won't stop.
I
I
have
have
to
to
save
save him. I scream and chip the ice. I cry and chip the ice. I pray and chip the ice. Davy's trying to find the hole he fell through, but his face grows dimmer and smaller as the pond's inky depths engulf him.
Davy! Mama.
James, you nearly scared me
Mama.
half to death. Wipe your wet shoes
Mama.
on that towel there, I
Listen to
just scrubbed.
Mama,
Where's
listen
your
to me.
brother?
You were
Hope
skating.
too we didn't go skating.
Mom.
Davy,
I
stop
tried.
that. Amanda's been crying. How many times
David,
have I told
Mom.
you? Now
Mama.
what is it? James,
Mama.
take a breath.
Listen to me.
Deacon, this is an early surprise.
Mama, I tried to help him.
James, what are you about?
Margaret.
What is it? Has he damaged himself? Take me to him.
Margaret, I'm afraid Davy isn't coming home today.
What are you saying to me? My Davy can take care of himself. My Davy's a man.
Margaret, it was an accident. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but Davy, he's...
Don't you dare say the word! Don't you dare! He's my son! He's my son!
A new snow had fallen the night before Davy's funeral. It seemed like a new beginning, but it wasn't. The snow was so white compared to the people all dressed in black.
This sad world will be the poorer for the tragic loss of David Barry. A boy... Nah, not a boy. A young man. A perfect young man with such promise. A promise which must now remain unfulfilled. In sure and certain belief of life everlasting.
No.
Don't!
Mama, Mama, I tried to save him.
He would have saved you. You let him die. He was a man. That deacon was right. Young as he was a man.
What did you...
He would have had a future.
What are you saying?
I'm saying the wrong son died. Oh, my Davy, oh God, why do you have to take the perfect one? James, will you stay away, you wee fraction of a person? Stay where you are, I don't want you now.
I understand, Mama.
When we got home later that day, Mother sat. Months passed and I tried to help him. It was never enough. The nights were the worst part for both of us.
Davy? Davy, is it you?
No, Mama. It's me. It's Jamie.
Davy. Davy, is it you?
Yes, Mama. It's me. It's good. I miss you too.
Oh, my Davy.
Some months later, Mother returned numbed, but the nightly visitations from Davy continued for many years. I even dressed up as Davy to be more convincing. Why did I do that? What was I thinking? Finally, I left home to attend university and vowed never to return. Yet, here I am again, back in Kirriemoor, the town of my birth. It hasn't changed, it just seems smaller. Hello, Davy. It's been quite some time and I think about you every day. So much has happened. How do I start? Where do I begin?
At the beginning, you silly ass. After you left Kirriemoor. Tell me about how you had the adventures.
Yes, after I graduated, I moved to London, and then I composed a romance called The Little
I
Minister.
knew you'd be a writer.
Yes, and I turned it into a play. I don't like it much now, though. It's too sentimental, even for me. But it took the nation by storm. I received invitations to dinners and galas. And I met and married a very pretty young actress, Mary Ann.
You're married?
What's he like?
James, hurry. You do know you can't get away with a late entrance.
I'll have you know, my good woman, that your husband is a giant among men.
James, don't spoil my gown and mess my hair.
I suppose I have so much rattling in my brain. Today I became quite caught up in my
I don't
newest
know
play.
why you get so caught up. It isn't as if you have anything new to say. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. Even Bernard Shaw thinks so.
You married her? On purpose?
She was supposed to be my inspiration, my muse. I'd never known that kind of attention. I thought it was love.
And now?
Now one could conjecture that ours is not the perfect match. Wildflowers. Mother's been here.
Every single day.
Bless her. This is all that there is of you now. This decaying stone that stands for your love. Davy, you will always be 13 years old. Why, you're the little boy that would not grow up. In Mother's eyes, I'll always be in a kind of competition with you. The little boy that would not grow up.
You can stop calling me that now.
That's just it, Davy. The little boy that won't grow up. Once upon a story. Don't interrupt. In London, on a late evening in early spring, there was once a nanny called
Liza.
Liza.
Ned,
You like the baby? It's after hours on a
Aunt
Friday night.
Rose, we have to go. This is the fairies' time.
You still believe in that nonsense?
Well, yes, Ned, I can't lose him. I would never see him again.
He's asleep. It's a warm evening. Let's not waste it. What? You think the fairies are stealing?
Well, they might. And little Peter, he's so darling.
Cautiously, a single twinkling light neared, and then another. Fairies. Then silently, ever so silently, the carriage began to rise off the ground.
Ned, the fairies have come. I've lost the child.
The carriage floated. It flew soaring behind the House of Parliament, briefly silhouetted before floating behind the clouds. It's night. Mother had expected me just after 4. I must be off. The Neverland. No, not the Neverland. Neverland. I like that.
So do I. Good night, Davy.
I don't want to go home.
All right, make it fast. We close in 5 minutes. Do you want to hear it all light or dark?
Dark. Dark, please.
Your name isn't Barry, is it? Don't you remember me? Sean O'Rourke. We went to school together.
Oh, it's good to see you.
Nah, it's not. We gave you a pretty good going over there in that old schoolhouse.
Did you? I don't remember.
Well, I do. A pretty good going. You see, Jane, isn't it? Face it, you were an easy target with you being so small and so damn smart. But you always fought back. Till, of course, you made her cry. Then your sainted brother, may he rest in peace. He'd come after us. He'd wallop us good and proper. God rest him. But you always fought back. Here, Jane. It's on the house.
Sean, I couldn't possibly accept
Don't
this.
insult me. Besides, I figure I owe you. Listen, it's getting late. Rather than waking your mom, why don't you spend the night at my house? It would be an honor. We, the missus and me, almost never get a famous world author to stay with us.
How did you know I'm an author?
Your play. Oh, you saw it. I didn't want to, but the wife insisted.
Well, what did you think?
Well, I don't know much about these things, you know, but to me, it was good. We captured this little corner in the world.
Anything else?
Well, the missus loved it, and so did I, but I thought it got a little sugar pack. But it's only a bit.
You're right, it was sentimental. Especially in that particular production. The leading lady wanted everybody to cry the moment she danced off.
Who was that woman? She was sure easy on the eyes, but as an actress?
That was my wife. Don't worry. She wasn't good in it. But for you to see it, well, thank you.
So what do you say? Will you stay the night? Your mom's probably asleep. The inn is closed.
I suppose I could stay the night?
Good for you. Good night, Ursula. Take care going home. Ursula's, regular. Come on. I'll introduce you to the missus. She's a pistol, but be prepared for a few little words.
You're late.
Sorry, me love, but I ran into me old friend from the school days.
Which one, Ursula or Gudrun?
No, Mo, don't
Hey,
start!
listen to me, you great Irish lump. If I hear you...
This is the one that I told you about. That I almost tortured to death. We went to see his theatrical. This is James and Barry. He's all the way up from London to visit his mom. And it was getting late, we were talking old times. So I told him he could stay here with us for the night.
The children are all asleep, but if you don't mind the couch, it's very comfortable. Sean can vouch much for that. What are you working on next?
That's a difficult question.
Oh, I didn't want to cry.
Well, not at all. It's about a little boy that won't grow up.
So it's about Sean then, is it?
No, he's just been kidnapped. I mean, by fairies. And even now, they're flying him in his perambulator. Come here, please. Do you see that star? No, not that one. That one. Second one to the right.
Yes, I see it.
That's where they're taking him. To a tropical island called Neverland. A land where no one grows up.
But he's a baby. How will he survive?
Quite frankly, I hadn't thought of that. There's an island, not very big, just east of Neverland. Well, it's an islet, actually. In fact, this island is so remote that very few are even aware of its existence.
You mean like here in
Just like Mrs. O'Rourke. Now, this is the place where fairies took the baby. And now, Peter,
What's the baby's name?
he naturally began to cry. The small caravan was greeted by the wise old crow, the self-proclaimed head of the community. He inspected the child from head to toe, and then proclaimed, "This child needs some food."
What a light?
Am I keeping you up, Mrs. O'Rourke?
No, I'm having a wonderful time. And you?
I'm enchanted. Upon taking the old crow's advice, the fairies flew to get the baby some food. They returned with worms.
No, you don't feed a baby worms. He's not a robin nor a parakeet. He's a boy, a human boy. And being human, he should drink milk until he gets older, then he should eat solid.
Years passed, and Peter, now much older, was unkempt and disheveled in his filthy apparel, as he happily ran down the tiny beach, jumping out of trees and riding on the back of a dolphin.
That boy's afraid of nothing.
And curious to the extreme.
One day he will ask questions that will be difficult to answer.
Such as?
Forgive me, but I must admit, I'm quite done in for one night.
Ah, lovely. Well, let me get this one up the stairs. Sean? Come on, Sean.
Oh, Mom, you love.
Come on, you Irish lump, it's late. You slept well?
Very many thanks.
I told your story to the children this morning. Not as well as you, of course, but
Well, how did they like it?
they cannot wait to hear more. And I would like to, too.
You liked it then.
It takes me away to a different world. And I've never been much out of this village. Not very original, I'm afraid.
But you are. Quite original, I mean.
Thank you.
So, one day Peter was feeling rather blue.
What is it, boy? You're not happy. You miss your mother.
Mother? I didn't even know I had one. Who is it?
Why, she's the lady who loved for you before you came here. Come.
Love?
Love, it's a good feeling that you have for someone else.
Oh, like the way I feel about you.
Oh, thank you, yes, but your mother loves you 1,000 times more. She lives in a place called London.
London. Does she still love me?
Why, of course. No matter what you do, your mother will always love you.
Well, then why isn't she here?
Fly up here to me.
Fly.
Why? Do you think you can?
Well, I never thought about it. I have no wings, you know. You mean I can fly?
Try. So, Peter Pan tried to fly without any success. He tried jumping and flapping his arms, which didn't work at all. He tried running and jumping and flapping, which only made him feel rather silly.
Think, boy. Think hard of the things that make you happy.
Things that make me happy. The fairies make me happy. I love the old crow. What else? I know. My mother makes me happy.
Peter looked down, and the ground was looking smaller. Conversely, he looked up, and the old crow was looming larger and
doing
larger. Leaves were brushing Peter's eyes. Couldn't he be flying?
Stop! You're going too high. Boy, put those arms down this instant. Don't think you're too big that I
I
can't.
want to see my mother.
If you follow your nose, a loving heart will lead you to her loving arms. If that is what you want. But remember this, if you decide to stay with her in London, you will never be able to come back here again. You will never be able to fly. Oh, it would be awfully grand to have you here.
Are you crying?
No, sometimes you can be a very dull boy. Now go, fly to London, see your mother. We'll wait as long as we'll wait. Go.
Did he find his mother?
Yes, he flew about until he found a pretty little house that his nose told him was his.
Oh, Mr. Barry.
Please call me James.
James, what happens next?
Next, I have to visit my mother.
But you must promise to return. I can't tell you what you've given me. Thank you. I shan't ever forget you.
I missed my train, so I had to catch another. I hope I didn't worry you.
You didn't.
I stopped at the cemetery today and visited Davy.
Oh, I suppose you'll be wanting some tea and something to eat then. I run a restaurant every time the famous author comes to visit.
I don't feel like I have to visit you, Mother. Sometimes I simply miss you.
You visit every few years because you think you have to.
I made a discovery today visiting Davy. For you, for us, I mean, Davy will always be as we remember him. He'll never grow up.
He'll always be mine, little boy. Do you get that, James? Do you understand?
And you resent me for it.
Oh, you're a stupid man. The hurt I have has no anger, no resentment. Well, not for you. Not anymore. Nah, you're not my favourite. You never were. Not after Davy died, and God knows not before. It broke my heart, it broke me. Why do you make me say these things to you? Why do you force me to hurt you? Try to understand, son. I live here by myself, and sometimes I don't even think of him. But the minute you walk in here, you pick and you scratch at scabs that I thought had healed long ago.
I miss him too. Mama, I did it.
You did you? What did you do now, son?
You know that private school just outside of town?
I've seen it.
Mama, I've applied and I've been accepted.
Oh, Davy, I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you, but private school. Davy, it'll cost, won't it?
You're right. It is expensive. I'll just forget about it.
Son will find money. I don't know how, but we'll get it.
You don't know all of it yet.
There's more?
Mama, I'm on scholarship and it's free.
Mama.
James! Oh, not again. When are you going to learn to fight back?
I do fight back, Mama, but the rock is too big for me.
Go clean yourself up now and don't be using the good towel. I'll never get blood out of it. Oh, Davy, you can stay right there. He doesn't need your help.
He could use yours, Mama.
That was the only time she raised a hand to Davy. Davy.
Davy? Davy, is it you?
Yes. Mother, it's me. It's Davy. I'm fine. Go back to sleep. Dear God, will it never stop?
Mr. Ben, James.
Here, let me help you with those. You're all out of breath. Let's sit here for a moment.
Thank you, James. Tell me something, James. Take me away. Take me to Neverland.
So,
I'm back.
for good.
My mother,
How is she?
she's an angel.
Well, of course she is. All mothers.
But you know what I did? I got into her nest. It was very soft.
And?
And I couldn't stay. I got...
Restless?
Exactly.
Then, like a small storm warning, a strange look crossed Peter's face. The old crow knew this look. It meant Peter wanted something.
Well, you see, I like to fly. So, I'd like to fly the Big Island.
No!
I can go if I want to. You cannot
Right.
stop me.
Listen, there are reasons that Neverland is not a good place for you. First and most important. Are you listening? The moment you touch ground of Neverland, you will never grow up.
But I'm growing here.
But here is not there. If you touch even the tiniest grain of sand, you will never grow up.
So, what's wrong with that?
Loneliness. The loneliness of everlasting sameness.
But I'm lonely here.
I know the isle is small. It's just, I want you to be old enough to make a thoughtful decision about your future. Besides, the inhabitants of Neverland are a motley group if there ever was one.
Like who?
Well, there are the mermaids. They linger on a flat rock in the middle of the deep lagoon, and they lure sailors to them. And then they drown them. Pirates are the very dregs of humanity. If caught, they would make you walk the plank.
But I can fly. I'd walk the plank slowly, with tears in my eyes, and fall over and right before I hit the water. I'd fly away and make them understand I'm not an ordinary boy. What fun it would be to cross swords with a real pirate on a real pirate ship, the Jolly Roger.
That despicable villain, Captain James Roger, is the cruelest pirate ever to sail. If he caught you, he would cut out your heart and eat it for breakfast. And then you'd be dead. How would you like that, huh?
But to die would be an awfully big adventure.
Peter's statement had a most profound effect on the old crow.
To die would be an awfully big adventure.
How the ancient bird wished he could believe the boy's pronouncement, because even now he could feel death silently enter his brittle bones.
This subject is at a close. I forbid you to fly to Neverland. Now go find some leaves to patch your nest. You said you like it soft. I always say that a project is the very best thing to drive out disappointment. You'll see. Find a project, boy.
Now, whenever I'm happy, I'm going to crow just like you.
Good boy. Get some rest. You know where to find me.
I only promised I wouldn't fly to Neverland.
Ah, how's the business? You having a good time yet?
My stay so far has been quite pleasant. Well, and your wife is perfectly charming.
What a darling I got.
Yes?
And she liked you. A lot. You might give me some competition.
Well, I really don't mean to impose.
James, what a pleasure to see you again.
Oh, mwah.
If it's not a good time, I can always go.
Don't be silly. How's the story coming?
It's coming and much faster than I would have thought possible.
Oh, tell me about Peter.
Well, the old crow is quite worried about Peter's fondness for adventure.
That's so true. It's what parents do. Worry over their children.
And there was plenty to worry about. Peter had turned his nest into a kind of boat. He pulled it to the shore's edge and pushed it into the briny deep. It floated.
I name you the Jolly Pan. Neverland ahoy.
He's really going then? To Neverland? That boy, that silly, silly boy.
Neverland was looming bigger and bigger. Suddenly, Peter noticed something peculiar in a corner of the boat. Something seemed to be glimmering.
A stowaway bear. Put me down, you big stupid boy. Put me down this minute. Which one are you? They call me Tinkerbell. Now put me down. Ouch. That really hurt, clumsy. You bit my wing. I can't fly. Now I'll never get off this boat. Well, no one asked you to be here. Oh, yes, they did. Who? The old crow, of course. Who else? The old crow? How did he know? It was supposed to be a secret. How did he know? We all knew. Well, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Well, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Spy, promise breaker. Am not. R2. Not 2.
Oh, James, I've heard the very same arguments between my children.
You big brat. I thought we said we weren't going to talk to each other. As far as I'm concerned, I'm talking to the air. A huge pocket of very hot air. Well, you can fly home now. Goodbye. No, I really can't. Why not? Because, as charming as your company may be, I was instructed to look after you. Look after me. Who's going to look after you? Look, friend, don't push me. So you're going to follow me? Yes. Forever? For as long as it takes for you to come to your senses, to come home. They all miss you. Even you. I suppose so. Yes, I would miss you too, all right. Well, then let's go back. Really? Well, if everyone wants me so much, even you, then who am I to say no? It is my duty to help those far less fortunate than myself.
Tinkerbell was about to haul off and call him a silly ass and give him a good piece of her mind when the skiff skidded and stopped with a very abrupt thud.
What was that?
The skiff was sitting on dry land. It was magnificent.
We're here, in Neverland? Whoa, don't you take one more step, my friend. Why not? Don't play innocent with me, mister. The old crow told you that the moment you step foot on this place, you'll never grow up. So, why don't you take the night to think about it?
Oh, I'm getting kind of tired.
Must be the air. We'll stay on board tonight. You keep watch. And in the morning,
Before we go home, we'll go explore the island's woods.
aye, aye, Captain, sir. We'll go exploring.
She giggled sweetly. Her eyes rested on the boy nestled against the side of the boat, and she realized, much to her chagrin, that she was plainly in love with him.
Aye, aye, sir. I'll keep watch. Off to the pub again, I suppose. You come up here, you stay for a few days, and I don't even see you.
Why would you want to?
Don't start your whining with me.
Listen, Mother, when Davy died, you thought you had the exclusive right to grieve. You won't let him go, not even in your sleep.
What? What is that supposed to mean?
It doesn't matter. The important thing is Davy is gone and there's no one else but me.
What do you want then?
Well, I want you to bury Davy. I mean, really, very. I want for us both to stop this torment and accept that he's gone. Work. Work. Morning came. The two soared over the island. They saw it all, from the verdant hills to the golden beaches, where the water glistens in the morning sun. I can't.
Davy? Davy, come here and give your mother a kiss. Thank you, James. Thank you. James, what is it? Are you quite all right?
Peter and Tinkerbell are soaring over Neverland right
James,
now.
please talk
Well,
to me.
it's everything you can imagine. That's the most important aspect about Neverland. It's whatever you want it to be, and it's different for everyone. It's gorgeous.
Hello, Peter Pan. And, hello to you too, Tinkerbell.
Are you new on the island?
Oh, well, I'm not on the island yet. Tink's looking after me.
Who's gonna look after her?
That's what I said.
Why don't you come for a swim, Peter? It's positively delicious in here.
I better not. Besides, Tink can't swim.
All the more reason.
Well, let's go. There's more to see. Wait, we're making friends. Aren't we, girls?
The mermaids answered Peter by splashing. Peter splashed back with his feet. Suddenly, a pair of wet mermaid hands grabbed one of Peter's legs and pulled him into the water. Now there are several hands pulling him down.
Peter is drowning.
Quite right, Peter's drowning.
Tinkerbell, can Tinkerbell help him?
Tinkerbell, what can she do? She's only 8 inches high and she can't swim.
How did he escape? I was too slippery for them.
It was that simple.
You saved him, James. You saved him. I like him already. He's extraordinary. You must live here, Peter. Leave Tink behind. We'll have great times together.
I'd love to, but I'm afraid I'd drown in your affection.
Oh, what was that? The Jolly Roger. Pirates must be near. We have to leave. Goodbye, Peter Pan. Goodbye, Peter Pan.
What nice girls. Dangerous, but nice. I hate them. And I loathe and despise you! Tink! Tink, where are you going? Tink, come back here. Tink! The poor thing, I would have flown off too.
You would?
Of course, James, she has her pride.
Well, he searched everywhere. After many hours, he finally found her. Lying on a rock in the center of a pond, crying her eyes out. She was angry, jealous, and awfully upset. Then, in the water approaching her, 2 eyes emerged, followed by a huge green head that accompanied a large jaw with ugly, jagged teeth. It was a crocodile! Tinkerbell, so lost in her tears, did not notice the shadow of the croc's open jaws looming large on the rock.
He ate her.
Faster than the speed of light, Peter swooped down upon the crocodile's back. The croc put up an enormous fuss, but Peter tickled the creature's side so hard that it could not stop laughing. The croc opened its jaws and Tinkerbell set herself free. She was relieved until she saw Peter was standing on the rock.
He touched ground.
He touched ground.
Peter! Tink, are you all right? You saved my life and gave up your own. I couldn't let him eat you. You're my friend.
Boy, what have you done?
I couldn't let her die.
Might have been an awfully big adventure.
For me, not for her. For me. You said it yourself. I'm
Extraordinary. Boy, I commend your judgment in saving this pal. It's just... I shall miss you.
But I can always come visit you.
No, you can't.
Then you can come visit me.
Peter, I can't.
Why not? That's the first time you called me Peter.
And the last.
But why?
Why? Because I exist no longer.
James, no. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I forbid you to cry. It's just I've been allowed to come here to tell you this one last, very important thing. Are you listening?
Yes.
Know that I will always be with you, though you may not hear from me again. Know that I will always be a part of you, just as you will always be a part of me. Live, Peter Pan. Life, that's the adventure. Remember me.
I can barely hear you.
Remember me.
Your voice is getting dimmer.
Goodbye, my son.
No. No, wait! I love you! I have to know. Is it an awfully big adventure, is it? Goodbye, little girl. I'll remember you. Always. I did this to you. No. I would have made this decision on my own anyway.
And now, I must go.
So soon? Wait. Stop. Have you finished the story?
Peter and Tinkerbell sold off a Neverland and spied Captain Roger's pirate fleet, sailing into port after a hard day's looting.
Yo-ho! A pirate's life is a wonderful one to live. The more loot I can find, the more you'll give. You'll remember my little song that is, if you last that long, as I go sailing merrily, over the seas. Yo-ho! Yo! Swallow the eyes, do they deceive me? It's death and not fish, it's a boy. Split me infinitives, I like this nut. I believe I'll run him through with my Johnny Longarm. Yo! 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 Yo!
We're not hoeing. Just to see, could you stop being a boy for 5 minutes? Nope.
Obesity and munions, welcome aboard me ship. What be thy name, lad?
Peter Pan, Captain Roger, sir. And this is Tink. She's a fairy and my best friend.
Hogfish and macaroons. Tell me, Master Pan, how long do you plan to stay in these parts?
Forever?
Isn't that a most pleasant happenstance, though? And yet I marvel you didn't have the courtesy to ask.
Ask?
Oops. I dropped me hanky. Pick it up for me, will you, lad? Ah!
You don't play fair, Captain.
What do you expect, boy? We're pirates! Not playing fair is what we do. Day after day, slit a throat here, puncture your lung there. It's all so ordinary. I think we could write on to have a worthy adversary, though.
Maybe you will lose that good right arm, Captain.
Then let the games begin.
Be prepared to lose Captain Roger, or should I say, Captain Hook!
Captain Hook! Captain Hook! Captain Hook! Oh, it has a nice ring to it, and yours will be an exquisitely slow death. Until then, carry by! Ah!
Tinkerbell ushered in a gang of ragtag, ragamuffin scruffy boys, the Lost Boys.
Tink, you know what these boys need? A mother.
And off they flew to London to get the Lost Boys a mother.
Hurry, boys. It's time to bed.
That voice, the voice of Wendy Angela Moira Darling, came from a bedroom across the alley. Peter flew across and listened.
Before we sleep, Wendy, finish your story.
Tomorrow. Have your boys said your prayers?
Yes, Wendy.
All right. Then let's play a game. How about first one to fall asleep wins?
I believe I can.
Cannot. I can.
Okay. On the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Sleep.
What a wonderful girl. She will be our mother. James, it's lovely. Your brother would have loved it.
You knew.
From the very start.
I wish you could have known him.
I believe I do.
Maureen, I'm at a loss. I'm a writer and I can't find the words.
James, you can ask me anything.
All right. Would you ever consider... Have you ever thought about living in London?
I've thought of little else since that first night.
And?
And I'm a simple woman who needs to be useful. Mine is a little life. I don't want to lose you, but you have to understand.
You won't lose me. I'll write you every day. I promise.
Please. Then whenever I feel low, I shall take your pages and be comforted that you know me.
I never will see you again, will I?
James, I'll be here, waiting for your footfalls should they come. James, know this. You are not a lost boy. James, for the love of God, will you at least hold me?
Of course.
You did it, James. For a few hours, you brought him back to me.
To us.